Now I'd like to recognize the Honorable Robert Adderholt of Alabama to offer remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon to everyone, members of Congress, Governor, distinguished guests that are here, family members. What an honor it is to be in Philadelphia, where so much of our nation's history began. I think the last time that I was here on these grounds inside the building was when I was during our bicentennial with my mom and dad. So it's a real special time to be here with my wife today and along with my colleagues here in the United States House of Representatives. When American thinks of Independence Day, our minds just sort of naturally gravitate toward July the 4th and the adoption of the Constitution, of the Declaration of Independence. But before there could be a declaration, there had to be a decision. And it has been noted earlier today by my colleagues, it was on July the 2nd, actually today, 1776, 250 years ago, that the Continental Congress actually voted to declare these united colonies are of right, ought to be free, independent states. And that vote, of course, changed the course of history. And it's worth remembering that this was not merely a symbolic act. The men that gathered here in Philadelphia understood exactly what that meant. They knew by approving and demanding independence from the crown, they were placing their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor on the line. And failure would most certainly be imprisonment or even death. As Benjamin Franklin reported to have said, we must indeed all hang together, or we must assuredly hang separately. Yet, they believed that these were principles that were worth risking everything for. Principles such as that our rights come from God and not from government. That government exists strictly by the consent of the governed. That liberty was worth preserving, even at the tremendous personal cost. These convictions became the foundation of the nation that we know today. As a member of the bipartisan semi-quincentennial 250 Commission, I've had the privilege over the last several years of helping our country, along with several of my colleagues, one of who is here today, or a couple that's here today, that's in the audience as well, for that extraordinary anniversary that we are celebrating. One of the greatest lessons that I've learned is that from this experience that the story of America did not begin with perfection, but in the pursuit of it. It also began with courage. Ordinary people willing to do extraordinary things because they believed that future generations deserved to live in freedom. Today, 250 years ago today, we remain the beneficiaries of that radical decision and that made a leap of faith by extraordinary leaders who fought to create a nation. Our responsibility is not simply to remember what happened here on these grounds, but it is to preserve those same ideals of whose generation that will come after us. And it is my sincere prayer that we have for my children and my grandchildren and your children and your grandchildren, that we preserve and we may prove ourselves worthy and stewards of the remarkable inheritance that those patriots entrusted unto us. Thank you for the opportunity to be here today. May God bless America, and may God bless these United States. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman Adderholt.